All right, I'm going to show you the bastard bow. Here we go. There she is. Isn't she a beaut? Okay, that's not such a polite term. I actually really love this bow. This is my original bow. This is an old Samick Sage with 45-pound limbs on it. And I cut my teeth on this bow, learned how to shoot. But, about 20 bows later, I decided to have a little fun with this one again. So I've done some modifications to it. As you can see, I've got the beaver balls on the string there to silence it. Got some stuff up there to help those limb tips stay more silent too. That's Velcro kind of stuff up there. This whole bow has been put together with really cheap stuff, the cheapest stuff I could find. So this is a fun build in that regard alone. But anyway, so yeah, I've got 6 arrow quiver on there. Again, super cheap. I'm getting this stuff, off of eBay or Amazon, Temu. I don't even remember where I got all this stuff. Handmade that arrow, or excuse me, that wrist sling on there. So, and I've even got some material I put under these limb bolts here to make those more silent. And I think this is a Temu buy here too. The little bear's hair shelf glide on there. I had an arrow rest on here before, but I took it off. So I'm going to shoot directly off the shelf now. And that has also made this bow more quiet. This is a whisper quiet bow. It's actually pretty amazing how quiet it is. And then as you can see, I've got a hunting sight on there. Now you'd more commonly see that on a compound bow, and that's part of the reason we're calling this the bastard bow. But again, super cheap parts. That was like a $10 sight. I'm not even kidding. But here's the real reason we're calling it a bastard bow. Yep, that's a D-loop on a recurve. I know, I'm not the only one who has done this, but yeah, I'm shooting this with a release. Of course, you can see the little brass knock mark on there. That was already there, so I just left that on. But yeah, shooting this bow with a release, a recurve bow with a release. I'm not sure why that's considered such a faux pas, because I'll tell you what, it's performing very, very well. That's my first 3 shots out of this bow with the release. And as you can see, I'm drilling it. That was without warm up or anything. Now, granted, I'm only shooting this at 5 yards in my living room to test it out. But it is performing very, very well. So honestly, I don't know why there's such a big deal about using a release on a recurve. I think it's kind of fun. And the other benefit to it is, for whatever reason, this bow feels like it's probably 5 to 7 pounds easier to hold than the 45 pounds would suggest with finger held. So it feels lighter. That's kind of an interesting side effect I did not expect. But anyway, super cheap build, and it's performing extremely well. I cannot wait to get this out in the real range to try it out. By the way, it's also really lightweight.